Winter storm warnings continue elsewhere outside of that blizzard warning, and we have wind chill warnings for the entire area too. Not worried about the technicalities. It's cold, it's snowing, it's windy. You know that. But man, this thing came in hard, right? Last night we were talking about temperatures holding in the 40s and then this significant drop. We went from 40 degrees at 2 a.m. or thereabouts down to 2 below by 10 a.m. I told you we were going to have like a 40 to 45 to even now 50 degree drop in northeast Ohio in a matter of 6 to 9 hours. Just an absolutely amazing system, and it continues to overperform. As I mentioned, Jason's going to have more on the snow that is additional to come in, but we are seeing a significant uptick off of the turnpike. Visibilities have been varied, but we'll see visibilities especially here in greater Cleveland and east coming down. The blowing snow creating less than a quarter-mile visibilities in western Ohio. The wind gusts still peaking 45 plus miles per hour
into tonight. So take a look. Cleveland -2 with a wind chill of -30. That's pretty bad. And Cleveland, we're getting a little snow coming in off the lake. Courtney, that little squall is trying to slide inland again. Here's the low. It's reaching its peak intensity right now, and the wind field around it is screaming. It's just wrapping in around. And so the most intense winds over the widest area is right now for the next few hours here in northern Ohio. We're going to see 50-plus mile-an-hour wind gusts over a wide area, maybe Mansfield, Dover, New Philly. You could see a wind gust in near 50 miles per hour. The wind field is expanding. This will slowly pull away and weaken a little bit over the next 24 hours, and as it slowly pulls away, the winds will slowly ebb. All right, they'll slowly ebb. But it's still going to be windy all night long, all day long tomorrow. It's going to be windy Sunday as well, just not nearly as windy as we are now. Our temperature changed 24 hours. Courtney? We were at 43 degrees at 1:30 a.m. this morning. We dropped to -4 in Cleveland at 12:30 p.m. this afternoon. So in 11 hours, we dropped 47 degrees.
That's just stunning.
Yeah.
That's stunning.
47 degrees. That's a flash freeze. Now look, remember I said, find where the bronze color is. That's where you're seeing wind gusts close to 50 or above 50. Notice how it's expanded. It's expanded. There's a lot more 40 to 50 mile-an-hour wind gusts now across a wider portion of our viewing area. So the intensity of the wind field is peaking now, okay? Wind chills -20 to -35. I saw a wind chill this morning in Ashland of -41. Phew. Cold. All right, so here's our future cast, 9 a.m. Saturday. The squall, I'm concerned about it being close to Interstate 90 through Saturday into Sunday. Let's click it. I got the, God bless you, really, wind chills to -15.
Off of the turnpike. Visibilities have been varied, but we'll see visibilities especially here in greater Cleveland and east coming down. The blowing snow creating less than a quarter-mile visibilities in western Ohio. The wind gusts still peaking 45 plus miles per hour. We are already starting to see the 50 plus mile per hour gusts backing off. This is such great news because we are finally starting to see that storm, at least the deepening and the strengthening of the storm, just backing off a little bit. We just need a break, and that's happening. 25 to 35 below zero wind chills are ongoing around northeast Ohio, and that's going to continue all night tonight and through the day tomorrow. Now, want to really focus in on the next 24 hours and beyond in your forecast. Jason's going to talk a little bit more about that snow that's coming in off the lake.
That's such an important graphic you had up there, Betsy, and I'm going to show that again in a few minutes here, but we have to talk about the additional snows first that's coming across northeast Ohio. I know that you're thinking like, oh no, we're not going to have any more, but you know what? Let's focus in on this aerial low and what that looks like, okay? Because as it is pulling up towards the north,
roads, spinning wheels, and cars has knocked out
overall speed, and we should see that improving. Reduced around the area. This is not going to get better. The good news is the wind. Talked about this many times. These frigid temperatures complicating things. Turnpike still closed out at US 250 in the State Route 2 area. You can see that we have that same scenario setting up with that blowing snow as well. Visibilities still reduced around the area. This is not going to get better. The good news is the wind gusts are going to start to come down in their overall speed, and we should see that improving. That will help to alleviate the blowing snow. It's also going to bring up our wind chills as we head through through the night tonight. I'm sorry, I'm going to go over on my time because I have to show this. This is the coolest thing ever. This is the Seiche, okay? Those brisk southwest winds. We have a brand new record low water level on the west end of Lake Erie, some 7 feet. All the water from Lake Erie is getting pushed east. So this is a look at Rocky River from Laura Lazaro. The water is way out. Look how far off the beach here. That's the beach. And that water is way out. All of our water is being pushed to Buffalo. So we go to Buffalo from the Twitter account Weather Buffalo. This is the water coming onshore in Buffalo. Look at all these trees and blocks of, stuff and rocks. I mean, it is just incredible, the force of the water. They are having flooding in downtown Buffalo and a lot of their lakeshore areas. It's all because this storm continues to rotate through. Jason picks up the story here with that lake snow.
Thank you so much, Betsy. Hey, this still holds water in terms of the polygons that we were telling you about the past couple days across northeast Ohio. There it is. You can see there right now through Sunday, as Betsy was just saying, that pivot is beginning to happen, and we're going to see that happen even more over the next 24 hours. Where we see the highest totals, this is the zone that we're still seeing that, okay? As we were talking about a little bit earlier, that pivot that's happening, sort of like when you start to fishtail, if you're driving on some like water, or, some flooded roadways or something like that, is that back end that's what we're going to be talking about that's going to push some of these snows right into northeast Ohio. Don't get caught up on this line here, okay? We just drew that on just to kind of show where that range is going to be in some of the highest levels. It could sag a little bit farther south, or it can go over a little bit as well, but this is the highest end, okay? So this is where that additional snowfall is going to be picking up. We're going to wind it up, Gwen Stefani, as this system is going to be strengthening and move over towards the north and east. That's also reflecting with some of our southwest winds coming in. These are sustained winds right now, nearly 30 miles per hour over in Mansfield. This is key territory in terms of getting some of those conditions really looming across the area. Over the next several hours, still got some of those.
I-90 West when travel.
For $369 in free back and most high 160
under the tree.
Swirling a dangerous mix of snow. Breaking news tonight, that historic winter storm crippling holiday travel and knocking out power across the country. That monster of a storm is on the move. States of emergency declared because tens of millions are grappling with what's happening and what's to come. The bomb cyclone swirling a dangerous mix of snow, ice, and strong winds. Blizzard warnings in 11 states. Whiteouts on the roads. In Ohio, a deadly 50-car pileup. Chaos at the airports. More than 5,000 flights canceled. More than 1 million people don't have power from Texas to Maine. In the Northeast, major flooding along the coast. And the record